We got some big news to go through for XRP and the cryptocurrency market because we've just had break of some very exciting information that I think is going to set the rails up for us to finally see some more eyeballs on this space and for people to actually use cryptocurrencies like XRP for real world development. So I want to discuss exactly what I'm talking about in just a second. And just before we go further, I want to remind you that this video is based solely on my opinion and what I'm personally doing in this market. I want to also let you know that some of the links below are affiliate links, meaning I may earn a commission, but this will be at no extra cost to you. This content is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy sitting in his room. So for more information on this, head down to the description and let's jump into it. If I can ask you guys a favor, please engage with this video. YouTube has demonetized both of my channels and I do think this is affecting my reach. Now I want to try something a little bit different. I'm not going to be using emotional titles or emotional thumbnails. I just want to bring you guys updates every single day. Now what I've seen from my experience and my testing over the years is if I don't use emotional geared titles and thumbnails, I get much less clicks, and this means the algorithm pushes me out far less. I've tried it. I hear you guys who say you don't like the thumbnails and the titles. I understand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and change that. I'm going to go against the status quo and I need your help. Please engage with this video. If you enjoy my daily content, like, subscribe, and most importantly, turn on those notifications so you can get alerted because I don't think my videos will hit the algorithm like they did before. And let's jump straight into it because we're having some very nice price action. All right. So over the last 4 days, XRP has got all the way back up to about $2.20 after heading as low as $1.90. As you guys know, if you've been watching the channel, I added to my XRP position at about $1.90, which gave us an average open price of just above $2. Very exciting because now we're in 26% profit. If you haven't watched my main channel today, I did take some profits from the Bitcoin trade because there's a few pieces of data that I'm looking at that make me a little bit uncomfortable not taking any profit. So I'll discuss that in just a second with you guys. And if we do look at the XRP trade that I'm using XRP as collateral on, we got 880 XRP gain. Now, how did I manage to do that? I simply bought when everyone else was panicked. And of course, if you guys do the same, I can't guarantee you'll get the same sort of gains. You have to follow your own strategy. And hopefully it works out for you if you do figure out. But this is what's worked for me, buying in fear and waiting for us to hit euphoria. If you guys want to do something similar, we only have 6 days left right now of the BYDFI 4,600 XRP opportunity. So if you follow the links down there in the description, they are affiliate links, but you get the opportunity to get upwards of 4,600 XRP. There will be event rules and terms and conditions, so please check those out using the link in the description. But a very exciting time. I specifically asked BYDFI to give my XRP a community bonus here because we can finally use XRP as collateral. Now, what is the news that we are discussing? America is preparing to count not only Bitcoin, but cryptocurrency as an asset for mortgages. From what I'm seeing here, you can see the US Director of Federal Housing has ordered participation for businesses to count cryptocurrency as an asset for mortgages. Now, I saw a lot of people focusing on Bitcoin for this news, so I did ask good old Grok, and of course, Grok could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure, but according to Grok, given the current developments and context surrounding the US Federal Housing Finance Agency, or the FHFA, it is plausible that XRP could be included as an acceptable cryptocurrency asset for mortgage applications through several factors will determine the likelihood, So you guys should definitely go out and do research into this. But guys, this is a big step. I've always said that I think that cryptocurrency is our generation's opportunity. Maybe we missed out on those massive property gains our parents got, but what we have is XRP, Bitcoin, other altcoins, cryptocurrency as a whole. Now, maybe Bitcoin doesn't make it. Maybe XRP doesn't make it. Maybe one of these altcoins don't make it. I don't know what will make it, but I think this is an opportunity, and we've seen absolutely obscene gains. To remind you guys, XRP is still one of the highest performing altcoins this year. So even though people are bearish, even though people are scared, even though people are moaning and they're upset, XRP is still up 363%. And because I've been actively day trading or swing trading this, I've managed to make profit even given the circumstance. So to remind you, I hold XRP in the spot bag and my leverage bag, and I try and make profit no matter what happens. I take advantage of the market situations, and I try and give you guys updates daily on what I'm personally doing. So if you do like that, remember, help the channel out right now, subscribe, turn on those notifications so I can use mundane titles and thumbnails and just give you guys exactly what you're after. Now, just today, there's been $108,000 hit for Bitcoin's price. We got the Federal Housing Finance Agency, what we just discussed. We got more public companies to adopt Bitcoin strategies, and we got GameStop to raise $450 million to potentially buy more Bitcoin. Now, this is looking on the day, on the hour, very bullish for altcoins, but on the day, we're still down. A lot is down. Say was up significantly. Now it's having a pullback. So this is just what happens, right? That's the reason why we can't really figure out, or I can't really figure out exactly pinpoint what will happen. So when I see green, I take profits. Like I said earlier, I took profits from Bitcoin. Over the last 48 hours, I've been taking profits from these altcoins, all updated live. Now, there is one thing that is worrying me on the market right now, is now we've just tipped above having more long positions in the market than short. So what does this tell me? The market is maybe a little bit too bullish. Now, if the market's too bullish, we'll probably have some sort of a pullback. If Bitcoin has a pullback, for example, down to this support, which was resistance just yesterday, we've broken through it, and now back into a support. If Bitcoin does pull back to just that, this will probably worry the market of people who have emotionally traded these moves. Because guys, what we have seen is when I open the trades that I showed you in this region, right, for Bitcoin, for altcoins, whatever, right there, the market was showing us this: no long positions, only short. I mean, there was some, but almost none, right? So what that told me was everyone was preparing for a push to the downside. Now, most people, the majority, are wrong. So therefore, this gave me what I thought was an opportunity to go long. Now we're seeing not the opposite, because we still have a lot of shorts still in the market, but we're seeing people jump in like crazy into their long position. So what we see is everyone gets scared. They sell, they panic, they're liquidated, stop losses are hit, and then they go, okay, I'm going to make my money back by going short because the price is going to fall down. But they don't realize that they're going long maybe at the bottom because they've already had this move to the downside. So they think, okay, I'm going to make my money back by going short. So they are emotionally trading. Then the price moves up significantly in one single daily candle. You see from 100,000 all the way up to 105, and they go, oh, and then it just, like they either got liquidated, stop losses hit, or they're in a significant loss. So they go, okay, well, the market's going to continue to rise higher. I'm going to start to go long, go long, go long. And then what normally happens is we have some sort of a pullback. But what this creates is actually just a normal market structure where we come down to retest previous supports. Why do we come down to retest previous supports? Because there is liquidity that sits here. That liquidity is created by these emotional traders. That's my speculation, and that's what I base my trades off right here. Now, if we do take a look at XRP, we can see a very similar structure to Bitcoin. We came down. People would have been stop lossed, liquidated, and emotionally capitulated all the way down to this support region. Why is there support there? Because there's liquidity that sits there from here. But then they all go short, or they sell, or they capitulate. Then the price starts to move up. Guess what? They either get wrecked, stop losses, liquidations here. Then they think, okay, well, the price is going to go higher. So I'm going to go long. I'm going to buy. I'm going to trade with emotion. Guess what? We have a pullback. And then stop losses, liquidation, emotional capitulation, and bounce. And that is what creates the structure, I believe, that we see every day, every hour if you zoom in, every week. And that's what creates these big swings and moves. Also, what creates these big swings and moves, in my opinion, the bigger ones here, big move to the upside was news mixed with a lot of anticipation and a lot of buying. Then we move up. Guess what? Big players take profits. We move down. Potentially some of them rebuy, we move up. Guess what? They take profits and we head down. That's why I try to remove my emotion from these trades. A lot of people get angry with me when I say I sold 25% of my XRP bag in this region. Not the very top, not the very bottom. I never timed the perfect top to the bottom. And I got an average buy probably of about 50 cents over the last few years. This is a very good move. It was like 4 or 5x, right? And then here was like 6.5x. That's incredible. Those are incredible gains. And I want to make sure I bank them so I don't miss out. When this happens, I then have dry powder to add. So all in all, a very exciting day, very bullish for XRP in my opinion. However, the leverage that's building up on the long side makes me a little bit uncomfortable in the short term. So I will keep you guys up to date with my personal trades and my opinions. And if you do want to grab this 4,600 XRP, of course, terms and conditions will apply. Not everyone will get the full bonus. We need to understand that. But the affiliate links are down there in the description. There's 6 days left. Please make sure you read the event rules. And the great thing about BYDFI, to sign up, you only need your email address and you can access this exchange from anywhere in the world right now. But make sure you follow the rules and regulations in your own countries. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.